You see it all the time on television. Christianity as a way to make money or gain power or notoriety. It is shameful, of course, and frightening the way so many people fall for it. We must be careful that we do not ourselves fall into such obvious corruption. Those who practice the way of Christianity for egoic self-interest clearly do not know the Jesus they claim to represent. And how do we tell the authentic from the corrupt? It isn't always easy, but the key is to look for humility. And C.S. Lewis has something helpful to say in this regard, and I quote, "Humility is not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less." If someone is seeking to profit from their ministry, you can be sure that the ministry is really all about them. The cause of this, of course, is ego. Let me tell you a little thing Ram Dass wrote. He said, "How much ego do you really need?" The answer, just enough to get out of the way of a moving bus. The ego perpetually looks for ways to advertise itself by stealth and cares little or nothing for how its methods and decisions affect the welfare of others. The tenets in today's gospel go to the extreme of killing the son of the owner. There are no limits to which the unbridled ego will go. When Jesus Christ points the way by pointing to himself, it is not the ego run amok, but the truth speaking truth. For he is the way, the truth, and the life. And he demonstrates through his words and deeds what the truth is. He is driven only by devotion to his Father and love for creation, and never by self-interest, always by humility. Throughout his life, as recorded by the Gospels, you cannot find one example of Jesus seeking to make a fortune or garner fame, security, or comfort. He does not fleece the poor or kowtow to the wealthy. He does not seek to rule over anyone. He walks courageously to his own death by speaking the truth to both the impoverished and the powerful. He is not driven by self-interest. He heals people and then instructs them to say nothing to anyone. Let's look at one more aspect of the Lord's humility. Allow me to quote Lewis one more time. I quote, "I know now, Lord, why you utter no answer. You are yourself the answer. Before your face, questions die away. What other answer would suffice?" End quote. Notice that when Jesus is asked ultimate questions, he does not give answers. He replies with questions. When he says anything, he points to the answer, which is not a carefully reasoned reply, but an invitation to know him. In some cases, his replies are mysterious and ambiguous, more like paradoxical riddles, and always an invitation to know him experientially, as in John chapter 6. The responses to these moments are often negative. People walk away and are offended. In other cases, his responses are surprising and intensely personal. He invites himself to lunch with Zacchaeus. He opens the door to a way of life-changing perspective for the Samaritan woman who is ready to hear him. He praises the humility and faith of foreigners, from Syro-Phoenician women to centurions from Rome. Both of these foreigners come seeking healings from Christ and are told by the Lord that it is their faith that supplies the answer. That is, the path to the answers they sought came from within them. Through an interior process of self-discovery they might not even have known they were on. And Jesus, by the power of grace and compassion, reveals, encourages, and blesses the process. For Jesus is the door to the kingdom within, from which all healing flows. And He Himself is the chief cornerstone the ego cannot accept and would crucify given the chance. Only the humble can enter through that door. Repentance begins when the path of self-interest fails us, as it most assuredly will, and we find ourselves in need of forgiveness. For humility is the doorway to all good things. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.